WWE 2K23 is still broken. There's a lot of aspects in the game that are just fundamentally flawed. They're not working for me, brother.
Doesn't work for me.
Doesn't work for me, brother.
This list is not big, crazy stuff, in my opinion, like adding match types or overhauling modes entirely or removing my faction. No. For example, the first thing on our list is going to be the referee in universe mode. This has plagued the game since day one. It is a minor issue and a minor detail, but it is something that is still not fixed. Setting up a brand new universe or using your existing one, you will not be able to select any other referee that is listed when you are going through show details and customizing it. If you want to be able to use a female referee or the SmackDown Blue referee as an example on any one of your shows, it will never work. It will always default to the in-game referee. What's interesting is that if you go and create the whole show details, customize everything with a different ref, and then you hit preview, it takes you to the preview screen to show you the preview matchup with the transitions, how you set up the arena, etc., and the referee you selected. So it is there, but it is glitched for whatever reason. No matter what you do, you cannot change the referee other than going in manually to every single match on your card, and you can go into options and you could change the referee from there, which is a slog. I get it, there are a ton of different things I want fixed, added into universe mode. We want promos, we want all this crazy stuff, but for the simple basics, this is stuff that can easily get patched in my opinion. Another element of universe mode that still needs attention is going to be double title match. We have waited several patches, we have gone through months with this brand new game, and we still cannot go and have a match where we're gonna put two titles on the line. You could have double title entrances, but there is no way for me to put the Intercontinental title against the Universal title in a match. It doesn't work, but we can do it in exhibition, with universe mode being the sandbox of the game where I can basically do anything I want. This is one of the core things that you think I'd be able to do at this point. Now, let's talk about customizing arenas, because for everybody in the community that loves to create, within Create an Arena, this has been something that has bothered me for the last 2 games, hasn't it, that this has been going on? We're talking about being able to select day, evening, or night with your outdoor stadium. To this day, if you select an outdoor stadium venue, you're gonna be able to preview a day cycle to see what it's gonna look like in the daytime, the afternoon, evening, and then the night, and it looks great. And unfortunately, no matter what you do with any of your templates or anything, it will not set this up properly when you create the arena and create the show. It does not apply. You're not gonna have the different day and evening and night cycle change or select the one that you wanted. So you get some really wonky looking arenas. The upside that we have right now as a workaround is that huge creators in the community that are hard at work all the time, they're putting in fixes for this for us, where if there is an outdoor arena, they will work around to be able to give us something that is going to have nighttime mode for an outdoor stadium show. And it looks fantastic. So I don't know why 2K can't do this for us. It seems like a simple fix because the option is still in the game. Now, something else that is going to be considered an easy fix by me, and this sounds like a broken record, we're talking about tag entrances specifically. I'm talking first of all about D-Generation X. We got Shawn Michaels' 97 template in one of the previous patches where it gave you D-Generation X music. And there's a full workaround, and I have one here on the channel if you guys want to check it out, about how to set up DX and apply all this stuff. It's wonderful. Thank you very much, 2K, but we didn't get it for Triple H yet. And I guess most importantly, we still haven't gotten it for DX as a tag team. We can't properly go in and assign everything from the Trons to the music to the motion to the whole package in there, and it drives me nuts. And hey, don't come at me. Don't you dare tell me that I could just use Xbox music. Don't say that. It's not the same thing. It's close. It's very close, and I understand. Just get over it and just select Xbox music because it's a DX theme. It's not the same theme song. Gets me all hot and bothered, brother. But outside of D-Generation X, Evolution, come on, give us the Titantrons and give us the theme song for Evolution. You've been patching in music tracks already. Just do it. It's a simple add-on, unless there's some contractual reasons why you can't, but we've already proven that's not the case with DX because you put it in with Shawn Michaels, so there. We've fix that altogether. The last one that is still not fixed, and there's probably a way more, comment below your fixes you need for entrances and tag teams and trios, but the other one is going to be the Bloodline. The Bloodline is bust. If you guys have your original Bloodline, you've never changed the teams, you've never deleted anything in the teams, you're in luck, my friend, because it will still probably work for you. For me, I gotta delete stuff like every other day. It's insane. So when I go in and you want to create the Bloodline, prior to the previous patches that we had where it was patched out, I still get Bloodline motion. However, if you change anything now, you will get Usos, entrance, Trons, and everything with painful literature being the motion, and you cannot select the Bloodline motion. Now, just like we talk about with Xbox music, I know what you might say. The Bloodline is no more, Matt. What do you care, dummy? It's not happening in WWE. I still want the option. It's still relevant to me, damn it. So I still want to be able to have the option of at least creating the Bloodline if I wanted to, or just having that really cool trios entrance with Paul Heyman. It would be awesome. If you haven't touched it, like I said, it's okay. It's still gonna work. But it's one of those things that is just unnecessary that they have removed when it was already in the game with the full Bloodline motion, and you had the Titantron for the Bloodline too. It's just gone at this point, much like many things in life. And sticking on the topic of like your team, your manager like Paul Heyman, this is something else that has been patched out, and I find it just kind of a headache overall, and I really hope that this is going to be a fix because it's broken. If you select somebody and add a manager, if I have Randy Orton and he's gonna add Matt Riddle because now I can get RK Bro after 2 years, I have to manually select the partner. It doesn't auto assign it like it did before for your allies or for the manager or anybody on your team where it would just grab them. Now you have to go through the entire list of superstars and select who is going to be the manager. Same goes for Roman Reigns. It will not auto assign Paul Heyman even though he is set as the primary manager and is just associated with the Bloodline. So none of that works anymore, and it's a bit of a pain also if you assign more than one manager or somebody to accompany them. If you press the wrong person, you have to hit back and you have to restart everything. So if you assign 3 managers and on the 3rd one you make a mistake, you have to back out of that and you have to start over and reselect everybody manually again. Small things, but they're broken and they shouldn't be, in my opinion. All right, the next one has been something that the community and people out here in the Assemble community have mentioned to me, and I do agree. We've been getting the exhausted finishers, tired finisher motions, which is great. You do a pedigree on The Rock, awesome. He's gonna be crumbling down and Triple H is gonna flip over like he's tired. But the one thing that they need to polish and they need to add in here is going to be the crawl pin animation. We only get this when it's going to be associated with like a cutscene and there's interference and you could see the guy crawling over and trying to do a cover, even though they botch it most of the time with the AI. But with this, I want to be able to hit a pedigree on The Rock and then have Triple H crawl over and put his arm over for the cover like we've had in previous years. It's like they're almost there and it's a half step measure and they only have tired finisher animations for some wrestlers. We need it for way more wrestlers and we definitely need the crawl pin animation. Why? Because it adds more drama to the matches you're having. When you have 2 people that are going hard in an Iron Man match for 45 minutes straight and you have to crawl over and he kicks out at 2.5, it adds that simulation, that realistic experience players are hoping for. So you gotta add that in for us. Now the next one I wanted to highlight because this has been brought up on streams, it's been brought up in comments that I have seen, people have brought it to my attention, and I have experienced this from time to time, so I think it happens periodically. Tag team finishers not working all the time. I've had a string of luck where tag team finishers are working. However, I have had a ton of experiences where I throw my opponent into the corner where my tag team partner is, and I have to like run at the opponent in the corner a little bit to find a sweet spot to then initiate a tag team finisher. Or I have to go and do a strike move onto my opponent, and then the prompt will show up for tag team finisher. Let me know in the comments if this does happen to you or not. For me, it has definitely happened, but I have had a little bit more luck where it's just been smooth for the most part. In universe mode, I tested this too, and it does seem to work fairly well, but I think it is a common glitch for players that definitely needs to be addressed. Also, the AI, like you can see here with Kofi Kingston, I don't know what's happening where he's not the legal man, brother, and he should be getting out of the ring, and then he does, and I can't control him even though I am assigned as Kofi Kingston. During this part, I'm trying to move the controller around. I can't do anything with Kofi. He's running and moving and then on the apron all by himself. So tag team matches in general really need to be looked at, I think. Next up is something for the creators out there. We're talking hairstyles, men and women. Every single patch, one of the common things that I see that pops up on Twitter and in comments and threads is there aren't enough hairstyles given to the women. And a lot of the male superstars and male creations actually get a couple more hairstyles put in the game, or they're fixed, or they're updated. What I think 2K should do now is simply unlock it so that men and women creations, I want to be able to put a female hairstyle on a male creation and vice versa. Players should just have the option right now to do that however they wish. I don't understand locking it unless it's gonna break something on the back end. But if we're gonna keep adding more hairstyles, put more available equally as that of the men and the women, vice versa, keep it all the same, or simply unlock them so they're applicable to both sides and make it even. Now there's two more things I do want to discuss. One, you're gonna throw this thing out there anyways, probably, and note it, but I don't think it's gonna be a fix. So I wanted to mention it anyways, but Cody Rhodes' entrance, theme song, alt attires, that whole scenario, it's all locked. There is a contract issue surrounding it as to why you cannot use Cody Rhodes' theme song with anybody else. And if you try to do an alt attire for Cody, the theme song disappears and it won't work. So if you change Cody in any way, you will not get the theme song to work, and it's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen for this year. It could very well happen and get fixed for next year's game. Now I'm gonna throw it out there because most people will ask about it. The other one, the second one that I think a lot of us are still holding out hope for, there is a slight possibility, and maybe it'll just happen through my faction, but additional models, characters, superstars being added to the game for free. The developers talked earlier this year about giving us more additional free content, and we did get that in Mia Yim and Candice LeRae very early on in the game. And every single patch since then, dopes like me, dummies like me, have been waiting out, holding out hope that we would see more free superstars, and we haven't. And it's getting very late in the year, and I'm still holding out hope for this, but it's not looking good. But I think this is something they definitely should do with the likes of Tegan Nox, Nikki Cross, Dijak. Put them into the game this year. Give us those superstars for free. The reason why is not only because it's what I want, and give me what I want, as Batista would say, but I actually think that from 2K's side, you might actually make a few more extra bucks. You're late in the year, 2K23 is often discounted already at this point. If you added in a few additional free superstars that were in the game last year and you could bring back, like a Tegan Nox, it might be a good incentive for players that have still held off getting the game to look at the roster and look at the free updates they're getting for the added wrestlers, and it might incentivize them to buy the game. And existing players get happy because they get additional content in there, and it keeps existing players engaged and playing the game through the fall and then waiting for 2K24. Oh, I almost forgot the bonus, the main one, the one from the thumbnail. Yeah, Hulk Hogan's mustache is still broken. Every time there's a patch, this thing gets dummied for whatever reason. And no one's really asking for it, but it's just hilarious. It happens every time. Fix Hulk Hogan's mustache, brother. It's just creepy, isn't it? Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.